Just a minute. Oh, hey love, it's you. Come on in. I'm Stacy, aka Riqochet Rose, and welcome to your July 2019 Tarot and Oracle card reading. Keep in mind that these videos are only general, and of course, if you get your own tarot card reading right now, it's only $10 per question, so you can email me at RiqochetRoseTarot@gmail.com for that. Also, I want to send a thank you shout out to my friend S. Smith for reminding me to remind you to check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs as well if this video does not resonate with you. I have a link down to cafeastrology.com. If you have no idea how to get your other signs, you can find that out underneath the description box. All right, love, let's get on to your July 2019 Tarot and Oracle card reading. But first, we will be looking at your horoscope from Cosmopolitan Magazine's July 2019 issue, and these horoscopes are by Jake Register. So far, 2019 has been the most. This month helps you take it easy, blanket burritoed on your couch style. Soon you'll be fully recharged and finally have the energy to follow through on that first date you've rescheduled 17 times. Hey love, interested in personalized keychain made by me for only $5? Check out that eBay link down below underneath the description box or pinned in the comment section. All right, Aries, if you stuck with me this far, can you please take a moment to hit that like button? And also, if you know another Aries that would be interested in these messages, go ahead and share it with them because there may be something that they may need to know as well. All right, Aries, so this is your general reading here. Now, for your general reading, this is going to be something that is currently something you're dealing with or it is coming up very soon. All right, so the overall theme that I pulled for you is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about deciding to be true to yourself after doing going through some growth and just looking back and thinking about how you've grown from it. So you're just deciding to change direction a little bit, slowly but surely. Now, Aries, for your current or coming energy, I pulled the Queen of Pentacles, and this is taking care of your home environment, being grounded, emotionally stable. At this point, if somebody were to need you, you would be the best person to come to at this point in time. You would be able to make them feel very comfortable. Now, the most likely possible outcome, or I'm sorry, obstacle for the month of July is the Ten of Swords. So something this month can be disappointing for you. However, because of the Queen of Pentacle energy, you're going to be okay. Okay, so something may disappoint you. You may go through a heartbreak. You may have been working on something that completely obliterates, it may not be as bad as I just made it sound, but you'll be okay because the advice here is the devil in reverse. And the advice is to free yourself from that addiction, from that habit, from that routine. Maybe it's time to do something different, which of course you have that Eight of Cups as your overall energy. So that is something that you are possibly thinking about moving forward. And the outcome will be the Queen of Cups. You will be emotionally content, fulfilled, have that nurturing energy still, and you will be okay. So those are just the possible little hurdles you could deal with in the month of July. But it seems like you are going to just move through them smoothly. And the first oracle card advice that came out for you is surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. The second card out for you is Crystal. Crystal says have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. And I think that this really goes in combination with your surrender, your fear of intimacy. The whole basis here is you thinking about coming out of this comfort zone, taking a chance. Now, the additional messages in the book for Crystal says the seeds that you have planted are beginning to sprout results. Wow, look at that. You may not even be aware of these results. However, since they are in their infancy, now it is more important than ever to stay positive and to hold a clear vision of your desire and intention. Avoid skeptics or those with negative mindsets. Daily action, even if it only consists of baby steps toward the fruition of your dream, is essential. A phone call, a letter, reading relevant material will keep the energy of your manifestation at a high level. Every day, positively affirm that you have already achieved or exceeded your dream. And most important, ask your guides for assistance every step of the way. And your third card here is Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Now, I think that this card is a bit of a reminder because if this obstacle happens that showed up in a tarot reading, it could take your mood down a little bit. But for most of you, Aries, it seems like you're going to have a bit of control of that. But this card seems to be for the other Aries that may struggle. So in the book, it says the bond between family members can gradually decay and become solidified unless it's continually nourished with loving attention. And one of the simplest yet most elegant ways of showing that attention is to listen compassionately to those you care about the most. Otherwise, you risk taking them for granted, assuming that they'll always be there and that they know you love them. Take time to have a conversation, starting with a relatively superficial topic, then moving into more in-depth personal themes, adding your own tidbits, and primarily focusing on what the other person has to say. Show your spouse, partner, children, parents, or elders your love by listening and really hearing what they have to say about how they feel and what they think. This is not something that only generates a deeper, more lasting affection between you and the other person, but far exceeds saying I love you with no real feeling behind it. People are constantly changing and evolving, adding new experiences and insights. Who someone is today, while built on a foundation of core self, changes and continuously elaborating on that core self. Find the newness and freshness in those you love, which includes both your biological and marital families, as well as your close friends who you've been informally adopted as family. Hey love, interested in a $10 personalized mug made by me? You can choose your color, your design, and your font with this cup. Just go ahead and check out that eBay link down below underneath the comment section or underneath the description box. So these messages will resonate with Aries in relationships or that have a strong connection with a love interest or, of course, cross watchers. Also, you can represent either side. So if I say Aries and it's actually the person that you are in connection with, don't take that personally. Just switch them. There are billions of Aries, and I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. So you just kind of have to just, if it doesn't fit, let it go. It's not you. It's for another Aries. And just take what resonates. All right. With that being said, Aries, for the overall theme between you and your person, I pulled the King of Pentacles. And this is like a grounded, taking care of business type energy. So the energy that is basically focused around both of you seems to be trying to take action on some things that you feel are important. Could be money at this point. Now, Aries, for you, I pulled the Sun, and this is your fire energy. Even though this does represent Leo, you are in your fire energy still, and that is happiness. You're probably content with this connection with this person. On the other hand, this person is a Chariot. This is a Cancer energy card. Could be a Cancer, doesn't have to be, but this person can be that person that is trying to move forward with this relationship. All right, so the possible obstacle that you could run into in the month of July between each other is the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse is about imbalance. Okay, so what I'm thinking is you could be content and happy with exactly how it is right now, and they could possibly be trying to push moving things forward a little bit too fast. For some of you, doesn't have to be. So that could be the only obstacle that could come up in the month of July. All right, so the advice for that, if that does come up, is the Four of Cups. And it's like the Four of Cups is about feeling stuck in a rut, and this is pretty much saying don't get to that point. If there is an imbalance in this connection, you may need to be the person that speaks up. Speak up and say, hey, I like you, I care about you, I love you, or whatever the case is, and let them know, slow down just a tad bit. Okay, now the most likely outcome for this scenario, Aries, for you would be the Eight of Wands in reverse, and it's just advising you, well, I kind of feel this is more of an advice card. You'll be in this energy of the Eight of Wands in reverse, and this is like running into obstacles, feeling like everything you do is just a problem. So perhaps you'll have this conversation, they may take it the wrong way. So maybe water down how you're going to say it, because it also says, you want to plan around obstacles. So if you feel like an obstacle could come out of a bad conversation, kind of try to plan that out and be a little bit more lovingly assertive, because you saw in your oracle cards that you may need to watch your delivery is all. Your fire sign, and sometimes you just want to passionately get to the point, but for the rest of us, we're kind of like, what does that mean? Why'd you have to say it that way? I'm not saying change your ways, but sometimes you have to milk down your delivery for sensitive people, especially if you have a partner that is sensitive. Now for your person, I pulled the Empress in reverse, and this This is a fiery card. They might try to bite you back, you know. But it is, because it's in reverse, this is a card of codependency. Somebody that is smothery, or somebody that is just being mean to be mean. So you could be dealing with two different type of people, or you could be dealing with one person with all these different personalities, and hopefully that's not the case. But it does look like your person is trying to move forward a little bit too fast in this connection, and it may be something that is not comfortable for you in the month of July. So I really just feel that this is something that should be spoken, you know, have a nice little conversation about it and set some limits there. Now, the mutual outcome is going to be the High Priestess, and this is intuition. This is not the time for action that you'll both decide, okay, maybe your person will be like, you know, maybe I am moving a little bit too fast. Maybe I should back up. Maybe you'll be able to go within yourself and do some thinking, Aries, and say, you know, I could have delivered that a better way. For those of you Aries that are going to pop off. But for those of you Aries that are going to listen, your month is going to go smooth, okay? But it does look like you're going to go within and think about some things and then make your decision. Now, as for those Aries that are going to have a bit of a rough time in their relationships this month, the Oracle card that came out for this reading is Healing Family Issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. All right, so for a lot of you, this card really means, you know, sometimes it does mean the literal things, like you can't forgive mommy, you can't forgive daddy, things like that, that's happened. But with this card, a lot of it to me is more of how you grew up. Okay, so how you saw love, how you saw the example of love may not been, you know, in a very healthy way. A lot of people learn love and think that love is codependence. I have to be with somebody that makes me happy or I'm not going to be happy. And then in the end, it's unfair to that person because you're putting responsibility for your needs on them, or this person can be doing that to you. So if that's the case, this is something that, you know, may require therapy. Of course, if this is the other person, I mean, you can't make them go to therapy. But for others, if it's a hopeless situation, because you can't make people slow down or not be smothery or not be this insecure type person, it may be time to release them from your energy. The time has come to clear your energy. So if you're dealing with this type of situation, it may be time to take on that High Priestess energy and go within and decide what will make you happy, Aries. Thank you so much for coming to see me today, and I do hope the messages helped you. I hope you have subscribed because I would love to see you again. Take care, love.